South America. And just to give a little bit of background, all of you are in education and all of you are Colombians. So I would like to have a chat to understand better what's going on with education in Colombia, what you are working on, because you are entrepreneurs. So it means that you are seeing some particular needs in this country. So I would like to hear like these stories. Tell me everything that you would like to share with us and with the hackers that are going to come next time in Brazil, in Africa, and all around the world. Because most of the countries are facing the same problems, but there's not a good conversation, especially between entrepreneurs, between like our generation and like other entrepreneurs facing the same problems in other countries. So before starting, can you please introduce each of you?
First, yeah. My name
Men
is...
first, because he's the only one on the panel with women. So gender equality, let's go.
Let's go. My name is Daniel. I'm a designer. I'm leading the Todos por la Educación. It's a citizen movement. I'm leading the part of communication. We are trying to make the education the priority of the country.
I'm Angelica Baron. I studied economy and political science, and I'm a social entrepreneur, as you said. I have been for 10 years leading social projects and organizations, and right now I'm starting this new project called Network for Children. So my passion is childhood, so that's what I'm doing right now. And thanks for inviting us. It's an honor for us to be here with Hack for Big Choices, so thanks.
Thanks for you.
Yes, I'm Ilana, a technology entrepreneur and the founder of the first on-site computer coding school in South America. Thank you for this.
Why don't we start with you? Why don't you share us? So you've been working 10 years with a foundation here in Bogota, working with the kids. Yes. So how do you see that education can change life of these kids? And you can tell us about like what are the conditions of this?
I have been for 10 years not only with one foundation that has been like my last challenge for saying in some way. The last 4 years I have been working with a specific community in Bogota that has a lot of like social needs on education because they live in an environment with a lot of violence and inequality. So I focus on this organization, and before that I went to India and I also worked for empowering women. That is also another part of educating. And before I did some other job with some other foundations, but what I have found out is what I call the way to act is to make education for empowerment, like in many levels, not only basic media, formal education, going the kids to school, that is very important, the quality, and you know Daniel is more an expert on this, but I have found out that it's not only the education, the formal, but also the informal education, the principles, the values you can give and you can share with these communities, love, social, human capital, and all this related to being a citizen. We live in a country with a lot of violence, we have a war going on, so it's really important for kids and for everybody to be aware that if we don't educate our kids and the new generations, the things will keep going on in this way, in a bad way, you know. So that's what I have been finding out and trying to help with my contribution and with my team and everything. So that's what I would like to share.
And you were telling me that recently you started your own project.
Yes. So and after 10 years of working with different organizations, I decided to finally become an entrepreneur because I really admire what entrepreneurs can do. And I went to India financed by Ashoka and Artemisia. So I have many friends now entrepreneurs, so I said if they can do it, why I can't? So I would like now to stop being an employee and just live from this new challenge that is this new company that its name is Network for Children in Colombia. So it's to articulate what I have done in 10 years and connecting many actors, stakeholders that are involved with childhood to make a better work, to really focus on the challenges and on the solutions for the challenges for childhood. So I'm working with 3 foundations and 2 mothers that have 10 kids in total. So I'm doing this like a pilot project till December, and after that I would like to focus on that. I have been working for 10 years with this community, so they feel I'm part of that community and I'm like part of their families. So that's really important. So you can have like the real contact with people and really understand what they need, and not only they need that, but they are the owners of their destiny. So what I do is to focus on, okay, I'm helping you to help yourself. So it's not me helping you, you are poor, no, it's just we're equal, we're humans, and you deserve to have the same opportunities we have, and everybody has. All of us have the same possibility to make them true, you know, so to make them to come true. So that's what I am trying to make this movement of, like, you know, let's just, all of us have to help. So that's what I'm trying to do and making it happen for 10 years, and now more focused with my new entrepreneur, like my new project.
Congratulations, and good luck in this new career as entrepreneur. So what happened when a Colombian kid is looking for technical education?
So with World Tech Makers, the bootcamp that we started, and it's a startup, we focus on giving people the tools, the technology tools, to become makers. This aligned with the makers revolution that started a few years ago throughout the world. And the focus is that, educating people to be able to create and really giving them the way to create technology that's at its turn disrupt other systems, right? So it's definitely not formal education, it's definitely not traditional. It's actually, a shorter period of time with technology, right? But we believe that anyone can learn, and that coding is one of the most important skills this century. And education is just going to keep changing. So, and if you think about the big names that created companies that disrupted technology, we're going to think about Bill Gates, we're going to think about Steve Jobs, right? We're going to think about people who didn't complete traditional education. And I think that's a huge problem, that societies like this one, they still believe that the way to get the best job is because of your school. Starting with the fact that not everyone can go to school, and you are by default leaving out most of the population, right? Because if you want to go to these really nice schools, you have to pay. And poverty is a fact here, so not everyone has the same opportunities. So you're just by default leaving a lot of children behind. So in a way, we're disrupting that system by opening the doors to people who are not necessarily from college, are not necessarily from like a high school, and are not necessarily graduated from any school. So we're kind of like the other mentality. We have all types of people. One of our, we have this like, I guess you call it like our voice, like our I guess call to action, and it's to be inclusive. So we accepted people from different cities, not just from Bogota, from Barranquilla, Cali. We had applicants from all social statuses, right? So people who are really poor, from people who have a lot of like economic means, right? Poor in the sense of economic terms, right? So yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's engineers, artists, designers. We have sociology majors, we have politics majors, and they're all learning, and they're already creating technology. So that proves the model. It proves that anyone can learn. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, or if you're a woman or a man, or if you come from a traditional education background.
You just launched the first program, right?
Yes, this is the pilot. Yeah, we want to make sure that they learn and they make their dreams come true. Their idea becomes an app or software or something.
So what are their dreams? Like as soon as they really know how to code, or what they would like to build?
Well, we have students who already have an app. One has an education app. Another one is creating like an arts app. So she wants to connect people in filming with people who like give away the products to create the films. We have a guy who's working on a math app. Someone who's working on geolocating, depending on the house you're looking for. I mean, it's just diverse. We focus on autonomy, mastery, and then purpose. So autonomy, that like character, that personality trait that is like, I like working together, but I can also find the answers on my own. That type of mentality. Also purpose, like I'm here because of something, not just because I want to, become the next Steve Jobs or whatever, but because I want to create impact, and hopefully positive impact, right? And then the other one is mastery. I think that when you learn a new skill, or when you learn anything, you have to have this drive and like this will to really, yeah, exactly, and just believe that it can happen and it's gonna happen. So it's like this will to really become the master of your own craft. So those were the 3 pillars that we focused on.
What about you, Daniel?
Well, I want to talk about 2 things they repeat. The paradigm on the people. We have to change the Colombian mentality here. Like everybody think that we need a university degree to be someone in the society, and that is not. We need more entrepreneurs. We need more people that believe and are self-confident. We need more children empowered that they can build with the community, their own skills. Todos por la educación. It's want to empower the citizens to ask for good quality education here, because we have parents that hasn't at school, they don't have any degree of nothing, and their kids are going to the school, they drop it there, and oh, that's magical, my kid is going to be someone in life. No, you are dad or mom, you have to be involved in that communication. You have to ask your child, how was your day today? Not only drop him there in the school and living here. Those things happens in the rurality of this country. Here in Colombia, we are the 4th country in the world most inequality. A kid of the city can reach 20 points more in PISA
exams, international.
Yeah, in PISA international exams. So we are like sensitizing, we are sensibilizing
Civilizing?
Making people sensitive or aware?
Making people sensitive, awareness. Yeah, we are making awareness of the need of the education, because what we are doing is to leave our kids with less opportunities of other kids comparing with Singapore, Finland, or countries from this region like Chile.
So you're targeting not just the single kid, but like the whole family and the whole environment.
Whole family and the whole environment.
So how did you make this happen? How did engagement?
With our network. Yeah, networking. Just
how many
calling my
did
friends.
you...
Now we have like 10, 14,000. We made that Santos sign, so he's really committed to this. We have we put the education, the public agenda. Yeah. And now we are talking to the Minister of Education, Gina Parodi, and we are talking with some people of the Congress to make policies, to make the policies of education to improve them. But we are working more in mobilization of the people, with the kids, with the
society.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
How do people should start to see the world to have the basics?
I would say, like what Daniel was saying, is really important. Please start with ourselves, like being a good citizen, respecting rules, being good with your mom, with your dad, like having principles and values, and that kind of things. In some communities, like the poorest communities, they think that's the job of the state, or that's the job of the school, and that's not my issue. I need to work, I need to do, and then the kids are by themselves, and so they're having bad friends or bad like guides. So we need to change the reference for kids and for young people, so they can start believing and being able to understand that if they educate themselves, they will go out of poverty, because they will work on their dreams, they will work for a company or whatever they want to work on, but they need to be educated in the system and understand that if they drop out, the parents that make the kids get out of education to work, we need to change that mindset, that will be better, because if they are still in the school, in the future they will be able to take all the family out. So that education part is really attached to peace, because some kids that they're not in the school, they go to the armed groups and they start looking for other options to gain some money. So it's not like we're judging, but that's the reality. And the reality is that there are a lot of needs, and the state is not able to reach every single part of the country. So that's where I say that education and peace start by ourselves, you know. Each day, as you say, like I want to do this today because that's why I'm alive, and I want to be like thankful with the universe that I'm still alive and that I can give back. That's what makes me happy each day. The second level will be the professional, and in the professional I want to, the next 2 years, like to continue preparing myself, studying hard, so I can come back to really impact public policy on education and on childhood. So that's like, yeah, that's like my plan on the medium term, and with my own social project that I'm running right now, the Network of Childhood, my specific goals are to take out of poverty these two families and focus on. That is Lupe and Noelia, and the 10 kids they are having, like in total, each of them that they have 5 kids. So they will be them together to study until they finish their high school and then enter university or technical. And with the 3 foundations, also to impact like around 1,000 kids for the next 5 years, and articulate and manage all what I can do for that foundations to run. So that's like my 3 challenges in the medium term.
We want to make sure that the students are at camp right now become makers and really good makers, disrupt their own communities and their own. And then eventually we want to have a program in other cities in Latin America, and we're building an online platform that hopefully is going to reach out to millions of Latin Americans as well. So,
in which point in your life you like feel these needs of like working for others people? When this change happened?
The first opportunity for me was in the last year of the school. We have to make we have to give 2 months of social serve. So I worked like a teacher for special kids, and I love like entering the classroom and all the kids saying hi and hugging me and sitting and paying attention of my classes. I was like, I love this. That was the first opportunity. The second one was working in Santa Marta with the reality, like 1 hour of Santa Marta, working with the people of there that have a really hard background, showing them that they are humans too, and I'm like them, and we are in the same way. So that was the second opportunity. Then I said, like a designer, I'm going to work for the others. I want to, something that is really hard for me is like speaking in public. So this invitation was like a challenge for me. And in Todos por la Ocasión, we want like 500,000 people sign the Pacto por la Ocasión.
Where can we see the Pacto por la Ocasión?
You can see it in www.todosporlaocasion.co, and there you can sign and read about the movement. You can also see the social networks. In Twitter we are @todoseducación, and in Facebook we are like Todos por la Educación.
I have 3 kind of like challenges or milestones I want to achieve in the middle term, like the next 5 years. That is, in the personal level, like to work on myself, like to work also on me, because I'm more, my comfort zone is giving and giving, and sometimes you start thinking that you don't deserve also like to receive, and then there's like not a fight, but it's difficult for the people that are driving to others to get some time for yourself. So I'm working on being happy and sharing time with my family and my closest friends, and working on myself, on my self-esteem and many other things. So that's also a challenge. And in the professional level, I would like to in the next year move to win a scholarship to go to Harvard or one of the top universities to study an MPA, so I can come back to transform or to continue the transformation of the public policy, focus on childhood and education. That would be like the second, like a challenge, a milestone I want to achieve is to continue preparing and coming back to continue giving back, but at the national level in the public policy that is really important. And in the third level is the one that I'm making a local impact. That is through my new project that is called a Network for Children in Colombia, and I want to take out poverty to these two families I'm helping directly. That is Noelia and Lupe and their kids. And then the three foundations I'm also helping in the next 2 years. I just want to focus on these foundations because it's too much. And with them to articulate and to manage donations in all kinds, and not only donations but people, but projects, and but everything that we can, you know, drive through these foundations so they can impact the kids that are my passion. So that would be the challenges.
Well, my goals, I'll say, you know, making sure that the current students that we have learn and can create their own dreams, right, and their own technology, and create impact on their own eventually after become. And hopefully, you know, if everything works out, we're going to launch in other cities in Latin America, and eventually we want to reach out to millions of Latin Americans who cannot have access to technology education. Just mostly everything's in English, even if it's online and free. And we want to make sure that that same content is in Spanish and Portuguese, online and free.
And I think I will say it for all of us, and it's like everybody is watching this video, you are welcome and invited to visit Colombia. It's an amazing country with amazing people, and there are many things happening on the social part, but also in our peace process that we hope to achieve, because we deserve peace and we want it, and we're constructing, you know, peace and contributing to the country development. So as us, there are many people working for the country very hard, so we would like you to come and visit us.
Thank you. It's a really nice, such a nice mention. Colombia for peace.
Yes.
And many other countries deserve peace.
All the humanity.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.